Hello there, and welcome back. What we're going to do in this video is take the polynomial f of x equals 4x to the third minus 11x squared minus 19x minus 4. And our goal is to find the zeros of the polynomial, and then by the linear factorization theorem, we're going to write the polynomial as a product of linear factors. So first things first, we have to know what to substitute into the function. This is a cubic, which doesn't have an automatic solution. So we're going to have to find one of the zeros in order to get it down to a quadratic and then use another method. So first thing we need to do is figure out the possible rational zeros. Those are the easiest to find. So remember, the possible rational zeros are the factors of the constant, which in this case is, well, negative 4, over the factors of the leading coefficient, which is 4. So we have 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4. So the possible rational zeros are, well, let's see. I'm going to start off by dividing 1, 2, and 4 by 1. So that just gives me basically a carbon copy there. Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4. Then we'll divide 1, 2, and 4 each by 2. Well, let's see. 1 divided by 2 is 1/2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So those are duplicates, so we don't write them again. We already have enough to write here, it looks like. So that takes care of that. And then we're going to divide each of the factors of 4 in the numerator by a 4 in the denominator. That gives us plus or minus 1/4. And then 2/4, which is 1/2, and then 4/4, which is 1. So this is our list of numbers to choose from to try dividing into f of x to see if it's a 0. Now, by spot checking f of x, remember one shortcut is if the coefficients add up to 0, we know that 1 is a 0 of the polynomial. But looking at the coefficients, they do not add up to 0. So we're not even going to bother to try 1. It's not a 0 of the polynomial. And through maybe a little bit of trial and error, we would discover that negative 1 is actually a 0. So I'm going to synthetically divide negative 1 into the polynomial. Remember that dividing negative 1 into the polynomial is seeing if x plus 1 is a factor. So we're going to write our coefficients here: 4, negative 11, negative 19, negative 4. Drop the 4 down, and then we go through and multiply. So 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, which gives us negative 15. Negative 15 times negative 1 is 15. So that gives us negative 4 when we add. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4, which is 0. So that's great. So that means that our factored form is now the x plus 1 and times the remaining quotient here, 4x squared minus 15x minus 4. Now at this point, and remember, we're setting this equal to 0. So we already know that x equals negative 1 is a 0. That corresponds to this first factor right here. The question is, how do we handle the second factor? Well, it turns out that it does factor over the integers. We can write that in factored form. You could also use the quadratic formula to find the zeros if that's your preferred method. I'm just going to go ahead and write it in factored form. So we have x plus 1. And this factors into, well, let's see, that's 4x and x. And that is 1 and 4 minus and plus. And there we have it. So there is the factored form of our polynomial. Now it's almost in the right form according to the linear factorization theorem. I will get to that in a moment. So as far as the zeros go, well, we already know the first one came from our first synthetic division. So that's x equals negative 1. We have 4x plus 1 equals 0, which means if I subtract 1 and divide by 4, that x is equal to negative 1/4. And if x minus 4 is equal to 0, that means x is equal to 4. So those are the zeros of the polynomial. Great, we answered one question. Now, according to the linear factorization theorem, we know that the polynomial should be written as some constant, so I'm going to call it a, times x minus, we know that it could be a complex number, x minus another complex number, and x minus another complex number. Now, what that means is, according to each of these zeros here, one factor is x plus 1, another one is x plus 1/4, and another one is x minus 4. But when you multiply that out, there's no way to get that 4x to the third that we started with. But notice this 4 right here plays a role. Instead of writing 4x plus 1, we wrote x plus 1/4, which means that 4 comes outside as a factor. And there is the function f of x written as a product of linear factors with the constant of 4 multiplied outside. And there we have it.